there's no time like the present to fix these lead outs. There, I can't see in that slot, so I'm going to cut a hole, whatever it takes. If I got to cut the whole bottom off and repair it, it takes what it takes. But I think that I can get away with just cutting this one panel off right here and being able to look down in there and see. Now, if there's some obstruction in there that I can't move or whatever, I'm going to have to take the whole panel off. Something is wrong. That's all I can say. Something is wrong. So I'm hoping it's something easy, like the lead outs may be crossed and I can't see it or whatever. But whatever it is, we're going to have to do it. So here we go. Let's get at it. Operation. You know what? Let's get a new blade so it makes a nice, clean incision. I should be able to do this in one day. Finish and all. The only problem is I don't have any DC 540. If I had DC 540, I know I can get it ready to fly. We'll just put some silk span on it and clear it. But I'd like to finish it out so it's repaired nicely. Most people would freak out about cutting the covering off a perfectly good model. Well, of course, it's not going to be easy. No. Hope I can see down in there. I really don't want to have to finish the whole bottom of the wing. And you can't. So let's open this rib up and see. Nope, can't see shit. Oh, wait a minute. Wait a minute. Oh, crap. Let's see here. Good morning, Steve. Good morning, everybody. I will, there's no luck involved. It'll get fixed. I just don't know what's binding. goes in the back. That's where it's supposed to be. Might have to bore that hole out again so I can look in there. It could be these clips are angled wrong. They're angled forward. You know, I think that's probably it. Well, let's drill them and see what happens. I know they go there, so let me get my drill. That ain't no good. That ain't no good. Uh-oh, we got a little booger there. Gotta get that out. That would drive me fruit. It would clink around in there. Okay, we want this to be parallel with the trailing edge. To be true, running straight. It goes in those two holes right there. This one here. Before I close this up, though, we're going to verify it. I'm going to look in there somehow. If I got to get a mirror, go buy a borescope, whatever I got to do, I got to look in there and verify it. Well, that feels better. A little bit of glue on the lead out there. So I need to bore that hole so I can look in there. I hope it's easy as just the angle of this, rubbing and a piece of glue on there. I was going to draw my Viper plans today, but I figured this was probably more important. We'll try to get this done so I can fly this at FCM along with the Magnum. souvenir. Okay. Why does that sound like it's dragging? First one I've had to do that. Okay, let's open that up and look in there. We need this one. I'll give you guys a look in there. Yeah, I use them. I'm home now. I got 50,000 knives. I don't know where they are though, where the scalpels are. I'm still not fully unpacked from Dayton. Now I'm going to show you this tip up close when I get it doctored up or whatever here, and before and after. Now let's get my light. Get some light on the object. They're not touching anything that I can see. Oh, wait a minute. Touching the... Uh-huh. We might have to go all the way here. I got to think about this for a second. The back one is not touching nothing. The front one's really not touching anything. And maybe that was just it, the angle of this here. I did have them crossed in there though, but I did get that sorted out. I think maybe these are just too damn long. How am I going to cut that off without fraying the line? I'd have to cut the lead outs off, rewrap them. Okay, let's look into that. We're going to undo the lead outs. What a pain in the ass that's going to be. Going to undo the lead outs, pull these off, cut them in half. I think they're binding. As a matter of fact, I know they're binding. Got scraping dope off here. You know, maybe not. Maybe we'll just scrape these things. That one goes there. That one goes there. Yeah, the front one's okay. This back one is oddball. Let's ogle it out and glue it in. Yeah. That's better. That's better. Your controls have to be 100% free. You can't have any drag in them. I can feel that, and I can't get it to groove because I'm always, you know, feeling something out there. Raining outside. But I think I'm not going to, I'll repair this so that I can fly it. I don't think I'm going to finish it, refinish it until I verify that it's fixed. That feels pretty good. Yeah, that should do it. Look at it again. Not touching on that. Not touching on that. That's where they go, right there. I wonder if I put it back here if it would help. There we go. That's even better. That's where they're going to live, right there. I wish I could shorten them up some, but I can't. Not without. Yeah, it's better. Yeah, it's this back one here. Yep. So it's 2. Oh, wait a minute. Yeah, 2, skip 2, 1, skip 2, then the eyelet, the big hole. Okay. I think that's going to do it. Yep, I'd rather use eyelets than a slider. Of course, we might take this thing apart and put a slider in it. I don't know. You know, some airplanes. I think that's it. So I already had the lead out position adjusted before. So I know that's where they go. Except this is off one hole, but that's okay. Let's put this down here. Oh, come on. Everything I want's at the back. Shit. There we go. Yeah, it needs to go back. It's the first one of these I've had to monkey with. I must have been sleeping when I put this together. It's basswood. So this needs to go up. Yeah, I definitely want to fly this airplane. It's a good airplane. Ah, shit, broke it loose. I know. We'll put a little dry slide in it when I get this fixed. Sounds good. I know you trimmers. Well, he's gluing the leadouts. Well, you can't adjust the leadouts on a Yatsenko either. Don't need to adjust them. I know where they go. Every one of these airplanes that I got's in the same spot. Get us that little slide, little slickum. Little slickum. Oh yeah, there we go. We got him now. We're traveling now. That's it. That'll work. It ain't dragging now. But I had to verify inside there what was going on. I could not see in that little hole what was happening. So what I'm going to do here, I'm not going to finish this. I'm not going to refinish it. I'm going to cover it with clear, soak span, and hit it with clear 5-6 coats. Take it out, fly it, see how it operates. If it operates good, we'll refinish it. Should be ready for FCM. Yeah, it's much better. Oh yeah. This is the direct replacement for my June RXL. And it flies just like it. So damn, I can hear the rain hitting the sill back there. Hey, you guys that are new here, please consider becoming a paid subscriber like Steve Berry there. The only one I got in there right now. It helps me bring content to you. I had to I gotta buy all this stuff. I spent a lot of time traveling and getting content for you. And where can you get such? Hey, Michael. Michael's a paid subscriber. Where can you get such good content for $5 a month? All right. Let's fix the hole. Of course, I got to go through, when I finish it, I got to go through 1, 2, 3, 4 colors. Of course. 4 colors. We'll just paint this spot right here. Let me get some tissue. Okie dokie. Now, silkspan has a grain. It also has a shiny side and a dull side. Not quite as important as polyspan as far as the shiny side goes, but it does make a difference on how fast it fills. So there's our piece. We'll prepare it for install. Get this over here. Kind of glad I decided to do this today because I like this airplane. It needs to work. go. Got a little dope here. Let me get a brush. I probably got a brush. Let's use this one. I'll use the Chinese one. That's my other brush. No, I have to find that. Okay, first thing to do is determine which side's the shiny side. This side here. Okay, now we're going to tear it along the edge. Okay. This is pretty thin stuff. It's probably 60% thinner. You know what? I think I'm gonna do it a little even. I was gonna go over the whole tip, but we're just going to go to the white here. So we'll tear this here. That way I don't have to go through the black too. Hard tearing against the grain. Doesn't want to cooperate. Okay. Now this probably isn't necessary, but probably could just put it straight on. This brush is junk. Nope, it ain't over here. What the hell did I do with it? Oh well, let's put this on and then we'll look for that other brush. hell's that black shit? That's it. Fall on the floor. Yep, gonna have to find that other brush. This brush is shit. Yeah, we'll see if that wrinkle comes out of it, but I don't know. Might have to redo it. Let me look at that other brush. Come on. That does it. We're going to get a makeover today on this shop. This is ridiculous. Why didn't I put it back in the spot? Unless I put it up here. Brushes go there. I don't see it there. Damn. Don't see it there. It's got to be here. I haven't left anywhere. There's that other weight for the wingtip on the other airplane. Put this one in. Okay. Yeah. Yeah, I guess I got the heat gun up. Let's see what happens. What the hell did I do with it? Boy, it's humid today. Raining. Oh yeah, tighten right up. So let's get some dope on it here. Yeah, about 4 or 5 coats on it. I don't know what happened to my good brush. This is a cheap Chinese brush. that in a minute. I get my 1-inch brushes from Shaper's Hobby for doping. Sign brushes come from Kafka. They're expensive. Okay. Okay, let's get this cleaned up. A little bit of sandpaper on there. Sounds much better. Sounds much better. Yep. If it does it again, I'll take the whole covering off the bottom and investigate further. But I got a feeling it's going to be okay. Oh, no. God, I hope it didn't run onto the other side and make a mess. Little. Maybe not. Don't get excited. Let's put some spray on it. And 320. Let's see, we want to tape that off so I don't sand into the black. Ain't got much paint on it, so you got to be careful. Fortunately for us, we have the clear gun loaded up. I'll just shoot some clear on this puppy. And force dry it. Another coat. We got her on there now. We got plenty of dope on there now. Yeah, it ain't no big deal. You'll get there. You just got to look at it like, well, what am I going to do? I got to do something. It comes from, I've made a bunch of repairs, and I basically know what works and what doesn't work, and just repeating it. See, if somebody called me right now and said, you want to go flying, I could fly this airplane. Hit it with another coat. Yeah, we'll sand a little. Sand her a little. Oh, I gotta get the tape back on there. I'll just be careful not to get into the black. Yep, what are you going to do? You got to do something. Yeah. Yogi, you're just biased. I don't know why you like my work, but I appreciate it. Well, I'm just passing what I've learned on to you guys. This is a dying sport, hobby, whatever. Well, looks like it's bagging up again. I have to hit it with a hairdryer. It'll be fine. It'll be fine. Yeah, dope is forgiving. You got to have clear on it. I mean, so it doesn't get it fuel soaked, but if you got clear on it, no problem. And how much clear does it take? It has to be shiny. Once it's shiny, no problem. Yeah. Bagging up pretty good now again. Well, that's basically it. I mean, we repaired it in an hour. I mean, it feels like I don't have any bind in the lead outs. When I was flying it, I could feel it dragging. And it's a scary situation when it's dragging. You know, your nose up attitude and it sticks and then down it goes. So it was all over the place. Looked like a rank beginner. Of course, that's what I look like anyway on my best day right now. Got no practice in this year. I'm going to fix that next year, that's for sure. I'll have my fleet of airplanes built up that it won't matter if I hit the ground. I'm holding it probably, I don't know, 2 foot away, just blowing down on it, trying to get it to dry. You can smell it cooking. Probably 2 more coats and we'll call this ready to go. Yeah, give it a minute to rest and then hit it, sand it and hit it again. I use Windex and water. Okay, I'm going to explain that another time. Water does not shrink silk span. It relaxes it so that it's loose. So you pull it tight as you're putting it on. As the water evaporates, it goes back to its original form. It's got a memory. So it seems like it's shrinking, but it's not. It's going back to the way it was, if that makes sense. I need to do a separate video on that, I guess, explaining how that works, because I get asked all the time, water shrinking. Water does not shrink silk span. Okay, we got a few wrinkles in here yet because it's pretty fresh, but when I hit it with the heat, it bow tights, you know. I need to sand it again and hit it again, and then Japanese tissue does not shrink either. It expands, and then you stretch it out. Well, of course, I don't know. I guess maybe if you're free flighting, guys, that they don't put it in water. Japanese tissue may shrink some because it's handmade. Japanese tissue is made on a frame, and they dip it in and out. I don't know. It might shrink, but I can't be sure about that. But I'll guarantee silk span don't shrink. And here's how I know: you put silk span on loose on an airframe and just get it as tight as you can dry, and then spray it with water and have the water evaporate and see if the wrinkles come out of it. No. That's also my theory on monocoat for you monocoat guys. I did some monocoat airplanes back in the 90s. And I was decent with it. Not as good as some guys, but decent. I'll guarantee that I can get them not to wrinkle while they're sitting on the tarmac. Monocoat has a memory. It's extruded out in a sheet, and that's where it belongs. It has a property in it to shrink some. So when you put it on, if you pull it tight as you can get it without any heat, and get all the wrinkles out without any heat, and then just barely a little heat, just very light heat to get it to completely tighten up, it won't bag in the sun. But if you put it on and it's wrinkled and you put a lot of heat to it without shrinking it, without pulling it, when the sun hits it, it'll bag up. And that looks like total doo-doo when your airplane's sitting there with the skin falling off of it. Are you a free flight guy, Michael? Because now that I remember, they put their Japanese tissue on with sticky tack. Oh yeah. They use a roll-on glue, you know, like that I don't know what it comes from, Office Depot or whatever. You roll it on and then pull the tissue over. You ever heard of a guy named Victor Cunningham? The designer of the Stargazer. I used to go free flighting with him out in Victorville. He was our Pettit rep. Yeah, this is going to be a good repair. It's a little baggy right now, but it's still pretty moist. Somebody was telling me yesterday that colored dope is non-tautening. I ain't buying that at all. The Stargazer is a 40 size. They use a torpedo 40 on it, on a timer. I don't know how long they let it run, but they shoot it up into the air, pew, and then the DT fuse go. I mean, that was open stuff, you know, for free flight back in the day, in the 70s. The 70s seem like yesterday for me. Yeah, we're gonna have to let it dry. It's maybe one more coat of dope. Yeah, you don't want a brick on a string. You want it as light as possible. You being a free flight guy, you should be able to build fairly well. You want to keep everything as light as possible. Remember, the second heaviest thing besides the engine on the airplane is the paint. When I paint this, what I'll probably do, I don't know, I probably can get away with taping off these stripes to about here, folding the tape back, taping this black square off, shooting all this white, and then finish the orange and yellow stripes. I don't know. Oh yeah, I was over at the RC field during the Nats, and I was talking to the pylon racers, and the pylon racers of today are not what they were when I was going to Whittier. They were, high-end fiberglass, super, I guess they call it Formula 40. They ran torpedo 40s, no throttle, wide open. They were cool. Well, that looks like it's going to be fine. This sounds right. Now it's not grinding anymore. I cut a piece of that rib away that it might have been rubbing on. I wonder if I still have a 1345 Phelps propeller. I could put the 61 in this thing. This motor's kind of losing its pinch. It's a 65. When it becomes hot, it becomes hard to start. And we definitely don't want to play with that at a contest. Unless I get electric finger. I threw my electric finger out. What an idiot. Let's see what them cost now. Sullivan electric starter. I bet they're $50 or more. I threw mine away. Let's see here. Amazonio. Amazon. SULLIVANELECTRICSTAR. Enter. Got a bunch of starters for cars. Let's try the Bay. Control C. eBay. EBAY. Enter. Paste. Search. $35. Oh, they're bidding. $35. There's one for $14. Where is it at? Indianapolis. I will buy that then. No, no thanks. Okay. Use the balance. There we go. Should have it by August 18th. We ain't gonna play around. I got a damn. I got a little battery for airplane. What the hell? I can't remember the name of that battery. All right, Mike. Spaghetti tonight. Yay! I like spaghetti. Brodak, RSM out. To be honest with you guys, I don't buy from, I buy very little from Brodak and zero from RSM. Where does my stuff come from? I go right to the source. I mean, I go right to the source because the prices at these hobby shops are ridiculous. I realize everybody got to make money, but the middleman, it's like a perfect example, Superfill. I don't know how much it is now, but it was $35 for a quart. For $35, you get a little tiny thing at Brodak. Why would I do that? You get a year's supply from Wix for $35 as opposed to a little bit for one airplane. I go to Bob Smith for epoxies and the CAs. I did try some of that other CA stuff. And actually, if you go to 2P10, which is sold at Woodcrafters, it's better CA than Bob Smith. And it's cheaper. You get a half pint for, I don't know now, but last time I bought it was $40, half a pint. Or maybe it was 35. You get 5 bottles out of the half pint. And then CA was $10 a bottle. I don't know what it is now for 2 ounces. Haven't bought any in so long. Engines, you get them on eBay, whatever. I bet the guy I bought that starter from off eBay for $15 probably knows who I am. Might be watching right now, but I bought your starter. Nothing in the rule book says I got to use my finger to flip it. They took away our 5-point starting bonus, so I might as well be like the electric guys and go, boo, zip it up. You only need it when it's cold. I mean, when it's hot. One more thing to drag out to the field. What do you guys think? Did my repair come out okay? I mean, I got the lead outs unbound. This should be okay. Oh, we're running on an hour and 25 minutes. You guys got any questions? I mean, I'm going to hit this one more coat of paint, set it off in the corner, take a break, and I'll come back and we're going to design my Viper up. I'll go through best I can remember the Viper. Let me see here. Had a picture. Here's a picture Here's a picture of the Viper drivetrain. That was an FP40. I modified the exhaust stack, and Bob McDonald made me that side to rear exhaust. It had a little cheek cowl to hide it on the side. That was on a pipe. That airplane was 46 ounces. This was the Super Glide. This is the one that was in Model Aviation. I had a bunch of them, you know. I don't know why I quit building them. I just kind of lost track, whatever. But I did dig up the wingtip template, which is pretty close to what I got here. A little different. And the rib template for cutting the ribs for beams. I used to use 3/32. I'd love to sketch it up on a roll in real time in CAD, but after lunch I have another work meeting until 2:30. Okay. We're gonna add, I'm gonna use all the old numbers, but we're gonna add some new technology that I've learned in this airplane. I might do the trailing edge in a V like that so that the flaps can go in there. I really want to build a beam wing with a D on the front. You know, the first 1 inch of the leading edge, be a D like that, and have the ribs go into it, and then cap strips on top of each rib. But the ribs are only 1.25 inches apart. Of course, I could make it half ribs. I just hate half ribs because when you sand them, they always poke through the covering. Shit. So I made my ribs full ribs, every 1.25 inches. You can see that here on this, in this picture. I mean, if you look close, they go all the way to the trailing edge, leading edge to trailing edge. I got the beam, which you know, I think that's why I quit building Vipers, because I couldn't find that beam. I tried building some balsa beams and they came out 2.5, 3 ounces, whatever. I got 4 or 5 beams around here that too heavy, you know. I just lost interest because the hardware store closed that I used to buy that material from. I haven't found one, and then I just happened to run across that hardware store on the way back from Wix. And what I ought to do is next time I go to Wix, stop in there and buy all of that stuff. That way I'll have the rest of my life, I'll have beams. Cut them into 6 foot lengths. That's 5 foot lengths would probably be enough. That's 60 inches. Yeah, because you don't want to build a beam wing over 60 inches for a big engine. Mine were, I did build some 60-inch wingspan Vipers, but they weren't as good as the 56, 57, and 58-inch ones. You got plenty of root cord. You got 11.5-inch root and 10-inch tip, or 9.5-inch tip. So you got plenty of wing area. But when you got all that wing area, you got a lot of flex. And so the beam has got to be solid. We're also going to, it gets a false beam in the back too, a false spar in between the two. Plus it gets sewed with my Kevlar thread. I didn't used to use Kevlar, I used cotton thread, and it seemed to work okay. But I got Kevlar now, so we'll use that. Hope this tightens up a little more. But we're good to go as far, you know what, I'm not even going to put another coat of stuff on it. I'll just, you know what, I'm going to rip it. I'm going to put another coat on it. I can't resist. Sand it a little bit. Okay, another coat. I might take it to the contest just like this, you know. Who knows? If I can make it work. Gonna have to plug that hole again though to get the shape back in it. Pretty humid today. Yes, I sand it to size. You do not cut it. You gotta sand it. Got plenty of dope on there again. Yeah, it's a good repair, actually. Looks like it's melting right down into it. Yep, if you cut it, it'll be a banana. What that does is it relieves the ligna in the wood, and the wood will just follow its grain. It'll just, you know, these airplanes are living things, and they're always looking to go back to where they were. They have a memory just like the silk span. They want to be pointing towards the sun. So if you got a hard spot, on a flap or whatever, that hard spot is going to go towards the sun. It's weird. Yeah, this is going to repair up real nice. All the edges have melted. Got one right there. It needs a little work, but all the edges around here have melted into the other paint. Oop, don't touch it. Don't get it too close or you'll boil the dope. You do that, then you got a sand, you got holes in it. I'm holding it up here. Just enough to get a little heat on it. Oh, getting a little hot. Getting a little hot. I see little bubbles coming. So I gotta hold off for a second. Now I used to boil dope, but no need for it anymore. Boy, I'm happy that's fixed. God, what a pain in the ass. I think I'll dab a little epoxy on the bottom when I get it painted. I think another thing I'm going to do is I'm going to fill these extra holes. They don't need to move. Come on, I want to put another coat on it, so let's hurry up and dry. There it comes. Ooh. Ooh. Hold off for a second, getting hot again. Getting hot again. If it wasn't so humid, it would dry. But it's humid. Oh yeah, it just relaxed. Yep, it just relaxed and then going back to where it was. It's got a memory now, so. Trust me, when this is done, you won't even be able to tell that I did it. That's the whole thing about repairs. Got to be able to fix them like you can't, like it didn't exist. Can't feel that. Got wrinkles back here too, but it'll go away. It'll pull out. You won't even be able to see that line where I tore the silk span when it's finished. Yeah, see, I can feel it's still damp. I guess that's going to do it for this program. We'll come back after lunch and draw up some Viper plans, I guess. And I'll give you my theory behind design. What do I know? I'm just a backyard hack. Backyard aircraft engineer. Of course, so were the Wright brothers. Bicycle mechanics. Maybe another heat cycle and should be dry enough for another coat. Got a wrinkle right here, but that's in this paper here. So you don't think that? Yeah, that's right. You don't think that you? Here's another thing. This sometimes happens depending on moisture in the atmosphere. Silk spannel bag, you know, just like monocoat. All you got to do is take your heat gun and shrink it, get the moisture out of the tissue, and it'll go back to where it belongs. But be very careful on that because that paint's dry and it will bubble. You got to do it real slow. Because even though that's a that monocoat gun will burn this dope. I think we're ready for another coat, and then I'll set it aside and come back after lunch. I'm feathering out the edge. Of course, up here in the silk span area, it's hard to feather, but you can do it. Yeah, it'll be fine. Pretty wrinkled up. But have no fear, it will tighten up. Don't get excited. Okay, one more coat. I'm going to then tack it dry and then go set it aside because we're going to end at 2 hours. So you're getting wrinkles out here, loosening this tissue up here. She bagged up there. Yeah, bagged up pretty good. That means we're getting good saturation. I'm going to paint it clear until it's shiny. It has to be sealed. Otherwise, if you're going to fly it, you could end up getting fuel in the paper, and then the dope will never stick. So it's got to be shiny. It may, I don't know. That paint is pretty thin. It's 60% thinner. It may take 10 more coats. I don't know. If I put it on a little thicker, it could take one. It all depends. It has to be shiny. You see these wrinkles over here. I like that. That means that I got good adhesion from this to that panel. Got plenty of thinner in it to loosen up that other panel, and it also helps pull everything tight because you got more area. Oh, gotta stop. Got a few little bubbles right there. Not good. And knock them off. It really is best to let it air dry. I just don't have all the, I ain't got a week to do this. Yeah, but if you practice mistakes, you'll be making good mistakes. Yeah, I'm going to dauber a little bit of epoxy on that because I only CA'd these in. I'm going to put a drop of epoxy on the underside. That way, when I paint this, the epoxy will get painted and they'll be in there. I mean, I've already test flown this airplane and moved the lead outs, and I know this is where they go. Pretty close to my other airplanes anyway, but I always see guys going out to the field and fiddle farting around with lead out. Hey man, you get them set and forget it. Shit. Whether you guys know this or not, some of the mechanics that I know, we'd put a do-nothing screw on a motorcycle. And what that screw does, it goes round and round and round and it does nothing because there are some customers that have to tweak on a screw for some reason. They think they're adjusting something. So we put a do-nothing screw on. I had this one customer that would always fiddle fart with his motorcycle and come back so jacked up. So for Christmas, I bought him a toolkit, and it was only that big, little toolkit. It had a little tiny crescent wrench, a little screwdriver, a little pair of pliers. And I said, anything you can fix on your motorcycle with this set of tools, go ahead and do it. Otherwise, bring it to me because I can't keep straightening out these messes. He was a good customer. Very good, because he is always tinkering. My heat gun burn up. I'm running on low now because the high won't work for some reason. High burn up. Another heat gun bites the dust. Wonder if I can take that apart and see what's wrong with it. Let's do that. Let's see what's up. I bet the switch, the wire burn up. Let's take it apart. By the time I get it fixed, it'll be all tightened up again. Shit. Can't win. Let's take it apart. I'll test it, touch it with my tongue. See that or the element burn up. One. I just threw that other one away. Of course, the switch was bad in it, too. This might go in the trash as well. Yeah. Of course, I got to run to the ground. Well, it ain't in the switch. Well, let's plug it in and see what happens. Nothing. So if I turn it this way, yeah, it might be just a switch. I would say the black wire, the neutral is the black, that wire, the hot is this wire. I know what to do. I'll get a screwdriver and see if it's a switch. You're about to see me get electrocuted on camera. Let's see. The blue wire is the hot, so it's got to go. There it is. Let's see here. So if I turn it this way, and it'll run. So it means it's the red wire. So if I jump her across, okay. Okay, I got you. Let's see if we got a piece of wire. I'll solder a piece of wire across the two, and it should work. What do I know? I'm just a dumbass mechanic. Piece of wire. What do we got? I would say that it would have to be a pretty decent gauge wire. It couldn't be a little wire. Or, of course, I don't know. Them ain't very big. I'm going to use a piece of this. Of course, I don't know. There's not a whole lot of amperage in that. Yeah, we'll use this big wire. You get an electrical lesson. I don't really have any 60/40 though. Yeah. You know, I know guys that can't change a tire. What would it be like to be like that? Man, that'd be terrible. It's not the right solder, but I don't have any 60/40. Oh, we got to stay right. Ooh, that got hot. Duh. Use a foreskin. Yeah, it's unplugged. I ain't quite that retarded. Hot, 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 hot. Can't really hold it. Come on, get on there. There we go. That ain't no good. I think I melted the switch. I did. Okay. We'll have to do it this way then. We'll have to do it this way. I'll just cut the damn switch out of it. And this thing's already tightened up. I don't even need it really, but might as well finish this. We're over time. I'll just have to plug and unplug it. Let's see which one heats it. So it's the blue. Maybe have to do the blue and the red. Come on now. This is the hot wire. Yep. Yep. No, I like testing electricity. See if I can feel it. Of course it's unplugged. Let's see here. Yeah, I'll just tape it. Tape it. I don't have a speed nut, I don't think. Of course, I did see some, but what did I do with them? Well, that's too big. That'll never work. It's way too big. Here. Oh. What did I do with them? Oh, found some 60-40 solder. Yeah, that's aluminum solder. No good. Yeah, we're not going to play around with it. Just solder it, and I had a small speed nut, but yep, this is 60-40. Oh, and some soldering tips. Oh, these are them funky wood burning tips. Ain't no good. Okay. Tape it. How would you like to be one of them guys who can't change a tire? Got one of them living next door. I don't know how I'd survive. I couldn't figure shit out. Okay. Yep, I didn't get that good enough. Got to get around the other side. Got to get around the other side, make a good connection. A piece of black tape, good as new, at least usable. But my tip is already dry. I mean, it's air dried. Been dinking around with this so long. Could just put a toggle switch in it. Could just put a toggle switch in it. Cheap Chinese shit. That's what we got here. Oh yeah, these are working now. The only thing is, you gotta plug and unplug it, but whatever. Gets pretty hot. And when it burns up, I'll throw it out. Okay, that's going to do it for this program. Appreciate you watching. Make sure to like, subscribe, and share, and all that other happy stuff. Maybe you'll learn something. I don't know. Doing the best I can to get the content out to you to make it work. Where is the mouse? So way over there. How to get over there? When we come back after lunch, I'm going to lay out a Viper. Give you the view on the other side. Still needs to dry a little bit. I think that's good enough to fly it. Looks pretty filled. I'll know later. I'll give it a sand and then hit her again. All right, you guys have a good afternoon. I'll be back in a couple hours, and we'll see you then. Fair winds, tight lines. See ya.